Good evening. So we will be talking today on the steam power plant, the thermal engineering 2 subject, basic concept of first unit. So it is a steam power plant to basically work on those power plants, power generating plants where water is being used, water being converted into steam, and from the steam it is being jetted into the a system or the device called as a turbine. From there the power generated, and after that it is being recirculated into a cycle which is called as a steam power plants. So when we are going to talk about the basic components of the steam power plants, we have the boiler drum or the boiler section along with the associated with the combustion chamber, as well as when we are going to take into the second component which is called as a turbine section, where the expansion process will take place adiabatically. No heat exchange will take place with respect to the environment, and after coming out of this turbine, the whatever the steam is there, it has to be converted. Phase transition capability devices are there, where like surface condensers or the condensers, and in which the transition will be there from the liquid, from the gaseous state to liquid state. And this after that, from the liquid state, the whatever the water is there, that component will be recirculated into the system of the boiler section through the device called as a air pump, or to the device called as a feed water pumps. These are the basic devices which are being, or basic components being used in the steam power plants. And steam power plants basically work on the concept of Rankine cycle. Rankine cycle, we have pump, four basic components. Pump work done, a pump receives the energy. There are these devices are those devices which basically needs energy input for running up the, and these pump systems deliver the fluids associated which are having a capability of phase transition liquids. Especially liquids are handled by these pump systems, and these are having a pressurizing capability. And when we talk about the boiler section, there is a second component which is being used in a steam power plant, where the water will be, the pumped water will be converted into steam, and this steam is facilitated for further section on the turbines. Turbine is the device which is producing which is having a capability to produce a power through the help of a alternator or the generator. From the generator, from the turbine, next section is the condenser, from where the heat rejection will take place at constant pressure, thereby delivering the amount of energy and to the cooling water tower, cooling water which will be circulated, and whatever the condensate is formed, that is being recirculated into the system of steam power plants. If you take the Rankine cycle efficiency defined as work done by turbine minus work done by pump system divided by, that is heat addition. Heat addition will take place in the combustion chamber, especially in the case of boiler section. Heat addition will be transferred into the combustion, from the combustion chamber to the boiler section. In the boiler section, whatever the fluid is there, whatever the water is there, it is being converted into steam, and from the steam it is being converted into further superheated steam, and from the superheated steam it is fed into the turbine section. So that's why the whole Rankine cycle, if you take into the account, we are going to define the efficiency is equal to work done by turbine minus work done by pump system divided by heat addition. Then the basic the concept of heat addition, that is a mean temperature or mean heat addition concept, mean temperature heat addition. So we know that Carnot efficiency is defined by 1 minus T min divided by T max. Whatever the Rankine cycle is there, the whatever the cycles we are going to refer in case of thermal engineering concepts, the our intention is to attain maximum efficiency which is attained by the Carnot efficiency. So with that concept we move on to progressing ourselves with respect to the concepts, and we must modify certain modifications within the system so that our efficiency approaches near to the efficiency of the Carnot. With that intention, what we are going to take into account is that we are going to modify certain components so that its efficiency will be increased, so that our overall efficiency will be increased. That's why we are going to take into account of mean temperature of heat addition into the system of combustion chamber in the boiler section. Why? Because it is through the boiler we know that our entire system of efficiency of Rankine cycle has to be such that we can easily able to judge what we among the various Rankine cycles, which Rankine cycle gives a maximum efficiency, whose Rankine cycle with what temperature, if I run the entire Rankine cycle, I can get the efficiency which is nearer to the Carnot efficiency. With that intention, we are going to calculate the mean temperature of heat addition in the case of boiler section. So if I know about the mean temperature, the efficiency will be equal to 1 minus T min divided by T average or T mean. So if from that, if I am able to increase the T mean, I'm going to increase the Rankine cycle efficiency. So with that intention, I am going to take the account of mean temperature heat addition. See, this is the concept behind adding or calculating the mean temperature of heat addition. Among the various Rankine cycles, higher the mean temperature of heat addition, then higher will be the Rankine efficiency, and moreover it will be nearest to the approaching near to the ideal one, that is a Carnot efficiency. So there are various methods which are being used for improvement of this Rankine cycle or Rankine efficiency, so that we are going to approach near to the almost approaching the efficiency near to the Carnot efficiency. Among that, we have two methods basically. One is a regeneration, and another one is a reheating. As we the basic concept of reheating is that we are going to have multi-staging of these turbines, in which the using that multi-staging we can increase the turbine output of the turbines. In the case of Rankine cycle, through that turbine output, I am able to increase the entire efficiency of this Rankine cycle. Whereas in the case of regeneration, I am going to take the whatever the water which is coming out of this whatever the steam coming out of this exhaust steam coming out of the turbine has to be facilitated to the condenser, where the heat exchange process will take place. And in this case also, I am going to take another mode of the another mode of regeneration. I'm going to take the feed water, and this feed water before entering into the boiler section, I am going to heat it by taking the tapping system from the by taking the steam tapped from the turbine section, that is a feed water heating through the tapping systems. Partially expanded steam in the turbine, I am going to take a certain point locations from the turbine various locations. I am going to tap certain quantity of steam which is partially expanded and still having a high energy content of temperature. I am going to take into the section where the feed water which has to be supplied to the boiler section. From the before entering into the boiler section, I am going to heat up this water, and I am going to feed it into the boiler section. What happens by the basic intention behind the feed water heating is that as we increase the temperature of the water before entering into the boiler section, definitely I can consume a very less amount of fuel economy point of view. If you look that there is a large quantity of fuel like coal is being consumed for the conversion of the water from the liquid state to vapor state. That's why not before entering into the boiler section itself, I am going to increase the temperature of the water, so that the easily I can attain the vaporizing capability in the within the system of the water. So that with that intention, I am going to go for the process called as a regeneration, through which I am going to heat up the feed water which has come out of this condenser, and it has been before letting it into the boiler section, I am going to heat up. So various type of feed water heating can be possible. It is a single feed water heating or multiple feed water heating can be possible. These tapping points also I can take it from various locations where the partial expansion steam is available, and I can mix it. Direct mixing also is possible, or indirect mixing also, indirect heat exchange process also can be possible, so that I can increase. Because we know that there is a one concept, if I am able to increase the 5 degree Celsius temperature within the feed water heater, I am able to increase the boiler efficiency by 1%. If boiler efficiency is increased by 1%, definitely its overall cycle efficiency will be increased, because overall cycle efficiency solely depends on the efficiencies of the condenser, efficiency of the boiler section, efficiency of the turbine section, efficiencies of the all the pump system also. So this with these concepts we are going to take into account of the regenerations. So in the case of regeneration, I am going to take there are two methods. Conventionally, in olden days, conventional method was used. In conventional method, we used to circulate the steam in whatever the water which is cooling water with condensate water around the turbine casing. But as the years proceed on, there is a problem associated with the fouling, there are a problem associated with the corrosion. With that aspect, we have eliminated the conventional aspects, and we have shifted into the modern technique tapping system, where the steam is taken out of these turbines and being fed into the heating systems. Coming to the